Hello friends, thanks for watching and joining me at Proclaim My Faith. I wanted to kind of share with you where I'm at with my 2021 goal planner, Cultivate What Matters power sheets. So this is my first year doing these. I printed off wild cards from the ones that, I thought I would actually use from her website, from goalschool.com. I tore out the sticker sheet. I have like a little basket where I'm keeping all of these wonderful stickers from her, from other planners, just different things that I can pull and use. And they're just right here by my side. Let's see. So this is kind of how I just wanted to share with you like how I broke down my goals. So this, I was upset, not upset. I was kind of sad that I listed out because that's not typically how I do my goals, but I wanted to try something different. I saw how they did their little examples here and I was like, let's just do that. Let's list some things out. But that's not how my brain works. And you'll see, I have a little tab up here that I've created using some of her her little sticker washi tape. So I went through and I did the about me. This was really nice and empowering to kind of work through these about me's and just kind of reflecting on 2020 because we hear all the time all this negative about 2020, but at the end of the day, like after talking to my boss and just I look at him like a mentor at times, and I realized, I was like, you know what, 2020 was the greatest year ever for the company, for me, for the growth that I've gone through. I've learned a lot of lessons. I've really learned how to just be content. So anyways, working through this really helped me to kind of put things in perspective and really ground me in where I just came from. Like in 2020, what did I go through and what came out of it? Like what was the outcome, right? So I did some more listing, things that I love. So, I've got some really ambitious goals going on this year, and this is how I broke mine up. So you don't have to go by, the things that they give you. Like I don't have a spouse. In relationships, relationships go along with friends and family for me, so I just didn't even need that. So this category became big dreams. And these are like things that might take a year, 2, 3, 5 years time, right? Like I want to get a home this year. I want to buy a Lincoln Continental. Like that's my dream car. I want to get one. I want to relocate eventually, maybe 5 years from now, I want to move to Alaska and stay in a studio for a year, or go to Sweden and, explore and travel, and go to Maine. Like I want to go to very, very cold places and enjoy pine trees and mountains. So these are just things that, I want, right? Like that's a house. I have a house now, like I'm renting a house, but to buy a house, that's a big commitment. So I just want to get prepared for that. And then I just, I think everything else is pretty much the same. For family, I put family and home because it's just me and my son. Like I'm a single mom. So I broke that down. Like I have a dog and I'm buying another, I have a standard poodle and I'm buying a male, and I want to start breeding poodles, in particular silver poodles. My girl, she comes from a line of silvers, and the boy that I'm actually driving to North Carolina next week to go get him, he comes from silvers as well. He is a silver. His mom has Russian bloodlines, so I'm very excited to do that. But that's going to probably take about a year. So that will bring some additional income into our household. And I want to get a dream box, like, because I do all this arts and crafts stuff and I have nowhere to put it. I'm taking up a whole spare bedroom in my house, and I'd really like to have the dream box in my bedroom, in the master, because I have plenty of room for it. I have no furniture in there except for a bed and a nightstand and a jewelry box. Like, I would love to have that. So these are big, there's big goals this year. that's just how I laid it out. I didn't want to write on here. Guys, I don't know if you're like me, and I get it. Like, you see white paper and you don't want to put your pen on the paper, so I just use stickies. That help me, because then I can always take it off and change things around. And I haven't made it official just yet. These are just some ideas. Most of this I'm going for it. So these were really great to break down. Again, reflect on the year we just had. What worked, what didn't, what was the outcome, and what was that process that you went through over the last year. So much has happened. I don't really need to say any more about that. Again, reflection. I mean, this was really, I felt so empowered, and I just felt like breakthrough working through this. And so that was great. And then also, I think that this big picture was very helpful for me, because I'm always going, moving forward, open for opportunities, just trying to do the best that I can and work harder. And I'm like, this really helped me understand, like, what doesn't even matter, what matters, why do I do the things that I'm doing? So this is also a great thing to do, your yes and your no list. What I'm saying yes to, what I'm saying no to, right? Like, just that whole mind shift. I mean, that's essentially what we're doing, right? We're changing our thought process and just trying to be positive and not negative, right? Like, what are we focusing on? This is a great thing to kind of revisit, and I might add a tab on here. And then this is a great little statement, declaration over your life. And you can just read this out loud to yourself. I think that this probably needs a tab also, just to kind of every week when I open this, because I'm working through this weekly, just read those things before I even begin, and it'll help keep you fueled and pumped and ready for the year ahead. So my words, okay, so here's another weird thing that happened. I had words planned out for each quarter. So balance, transition, bloom, and rise up. Those were my words of the year, and I was going to use each and every one of those for a different quarter. They're not in any particular order here. And then I started working through this book, and then this is how I typically do my goals. I usually do like bubble graphs, and I like to do like all the things that I want. And then I break that down even further into my quarters. So this is what I really wanted to share with you today, on how I work through my processing of goals. I break them down. I basically took everything from here and placed it here, and I color coded it according to the colors that they had here as best I could. Tried. Had to use 2 different yellows. Yellow is a tricky color. And so anyways, I had to use markers because I didn't have pens. And so anyways, I went and bought pens. So then I put my word of the year right in this, and I didn't do a circle, which is weird. I always do a circle, and I did a square. I don't know if I was thinking like 8. I can do 4 and 4. I don't know. But my first quarter next year, it's going to be transition, right? I'm transitioning from this whirlwind of a year, 2020, into 2021 with intentional setting of goals and accomplishing things. And then quarter 2, it's time for me to focus on rising up. I feel like at work and the business that I'm in, someone's handing you a baton, you've got to grab it and run, right? You got to run with it, but you have to be confident. You have to be able to do that. So that's my word for that. And then I think after I get through the first half of the year, I think balance is going to be something I really want to focus on. Rest and peace and just balancing out life in a lot of areas. I'm hoping that by accomplishing a lot of this and this, I will get there. And then I want to bloom. So this is kind of how I did it here. I just used her little flags that she had. And this is my yearly goals. And I tabbed it, right? So I can revisit this pretty often. Anyways, I ended up with the word rejoice. I don't know where that came from. I guess because after working through all of this, I just envisioned myself riding my Lincoln Continental into my new dream home. And I was like, you know what? That's gonna make me so happy. Like, that is happiness. That's joyfulness. I want to rejoice, right? I want to give God thanks and just be grateful. I'm already there. Like, I don't know if I could be any more grateful. but that gratitude and just, that was the word. To feel or show great joy and delight, happiness, pleasure, joy, and gladness. That's how I feel like my life is headed right now. So, you know, I mean, you gotta just do it. So this is where I'm at now. I haven't even begun anything else. I haven't started my action plans. I feel like this is gonna be not enough for all the goals that I wanna get done for each month. But that's why I have my Laurel Denise planner, because this is going to help me to attain that and give me more room to write in these goals on my monthly spread here and weekly, right? So I can break them down. What needs to get done this week? What do I need to do that day? And then anything additional, you know, bills due or whatever I can put in here. So we'll see. You guys will be along for the journey with me. I might do not a live, but I might film actually working through these. We'll see. I might do one or two. I don't know. If you guys want to watch stuff like that, let me know in the comments, because, you know, it would make sense to at least know that somebody wants to see that. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to share with you today. I will see you guys next time.